said I wanted to go to Florida. This isn't what I had in mind. That sucks. Always do your tug checks before you pull away. Probably snapped his airlines too, from the looks of it. Get some cranking going. This literally just fucking happened right in front of me. This truck hit this wall over here. This is fucking insane. Nobody can drive anymore. See that fucking van just speeding right through. Like that other truck fucking ran him into the middle. He like moved over and hit it, slammed. And this was not too far from in front of me that this shit happened. Thankfully I always keep good following distance, especially in shit shows like this. 2 lanes. And it'll be a while before the cops get there. You know, I was just thinking about where I'm at in life, and I'm pretty successful. You know, I'm doing really good and shit. You know, it's not because I own a house. You know, I'll never be able to own a house in this economy ever. You know, I don't have a savings enough to even come close to owning a house. You know, I own my car, but it's like 8 years old now and just crossing the 100,000 mile mark. So it ain't that. You know, I have a job, but you know, any day I could get killed by one of these fucking assholes that's fucking up. So it's not that. But one thing I know that I got that no one else has, at least not yet, is a stainless steel $25 fucking piss jug from Walmart. That's right. I have upgraded my piss jug. No more fucking 20-ounce plastic bottles that you bullseye in the middle of the night, and every once in a while you're not quite awake enough, and the next thing you know you get an explosion of piss because you missed the hole. You know, it's the whole, this has got a nice wide mouth, you know, and it makes it a lot easier to bullseye, especially if you know, you're well endowed or whatever. Not that I'm saying that I am, but yeah, $25 at Walmart. They're not a sponsor either, so you know, I felt so accomplished. And not only that, when you know, this thing was pretty heavy, so it could be used to cause blunt force trauma to anybody that breaks into your truck late at night. So you know, I'm a success. When I can buy a $25 piss jug in the Biden economy, I'm winning. I'm definitely winning. Anyways, I just stopped to get some uploads or downloads going because I just bought Contact, which is a little more expensive than that piss jug. You know, I guess I'm spending a little extra money now that I'm earning a little extra money. But yeah, that's a instrument plug-in that I'm putting in for my music that will upgrade my sounds considerably from what I've been using, allegedly. So, you know, I only got to spend a day in Florida, but it's been like a solid 60 to 70 degrees every day. I'm in shorts and shit, you know, trying to enjoy the last bit of warm weather before I end up back north. This is my last week out. I got a few more days left, you know, and I don't know. I'm on the fence. I think I might just take 2 weeks off and hit the road again and get some more money earned, you know, and shit. I don't know if they'll let me keep this truck because this truck worked out fairly nice. You know, it's doing everything I needed to do. So if they let me keep it, that means then I got to move all my shit off of it. But for now, I'll just assume they're going to take it when I get back. You know, so I'm thinking 2 weeks off and then get back out and stay out another month. And that's my decision. I'm not going to take a road trip to Florida in the Prius, you know, when I could just get paid to be out here for now. You know, the weather, I can do without walking on a beach this year, and I know it's going to get warmer, and I won't want to go to Florida so much anymore. I'll be more inclined out west on my road trips. So, and then I got the huge Vegas trip coming up, and that ought to be plenty for this year. If that's the only trip I do, that would be, you know, yeah, only trip I do for, you know, pleasure as opposed to pain, just the trip I'm doing right now. You know, and just seeing that accident in front of me earlier, I don't know if, you know, I think I showed it to you, but it literally right in front of me, that truck fucking slammed into the center divide. Big huge cloud of dust and you know, all that other shit, and the other truck that apparently pushed him into it. You know, that was rough. You know, I was like, I could have been in that. Had I not observed safe following distance, I would have been in that. But people are driving like complete fucking pricks out here. There's no regards to safety or human life. Weren't these the same motherfuckers that were worried about if I stuck some shit in my arm or if I put a fucking diaper on my face? Some of them are still wearing the diapers on their faces and driving this shit around. It's fucking insane. Alright? I don't ever want to hear anybody worried about the safety of others and what the fuck I'm doing again if this is how these assholes are going to keep driving. It's gotten worse. It keeps getting worse. I feel like as the younger generations get behind the wheel, it's just becoming more of a fucking shit show. And nobody gives a fuck about anyone else out here. Very rarely do I see the traffic acts of kindness, you know, and it leaves me inclined to also not be kind. You know, you kind of got to be aggressive. You know, the best defense is a good offense, apparently, out here. It's just, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. It's part of the job, dealing with it. I've gotten this far, but I will say it is getting a bit more dangerous out here than it used to be. You know, that's just my personal observation. It's always been dangerous out here, but I feel like it's getting worse now for some reason. It's like people just don't care anymore. They don't care about laws or rules or regulations on the road that are there probably to keep you safe and not dead, you know, but yet they don't care. And this goes for other truck drivers too. I've seen other truck drivers doing stupid, unsafe shit. Riding the bumper of the car in front of them and shit. You know, to be aggressive and say, get out of my lane, I'm going 2 miles an hour faster than you, you need to move. You know, if you're doing that, you're putting yourself and the driver in front of you, you might kill them. If they slam on their brakes, you're done. There ain't nothing you can do about it. You know, and I see them picking up the wreckage all the time. Every day I see some wreckage getting picked up off the side of the road of some truck driver who was being stupid. And it gets crazy, you know. But enough ranting on that. I'm heading up to Indiana now, and then back down to Georgia, and then back up to North Carolina. And that should put me in line to be, you know, a load home range. If they get me something, you know, it's going to be iffy because it's the weekend, so I might actually be a few days late being home, which would suck, but, you know, part of the job. I'm not going to cry if I'm a few days late, but I'd like to get home and I want to set a precedent that it's okay to get me home late. Wanted to rant a little bit, show you some of the shit that I've been going through. Other than that, I'm just doing my music at night, you know, and it's crazy. I'm trying to avoid current events. Every time I listen to the news, I just like, okay, that's enough, and I turn it off like within 20 minutes. You know, so there's that. I've been dicking around with stocks, investing and shit, but nothing serious. I got like 60 bucks in there. I actually went up today because I shorted the market, and guess what? It popped. So it's up to $62, $63, but I can't cash out till tomorrow because I'm not allowed to day trade, because only rich people are allowed to day trade. They'll let you day trade if you have 25 grand in your brokerage account. Being I have $60 in my brokerage account, they will suspend me if I day trade, you know. Don't forget to get your ass to Walmart and get you a piss jug. It's way better than the plastic bottles. Plus, since you can't fucking see through it, you can fucking take it in to the rest area and you can dump it in the toilet and they won't fucking give you the stink eye or anything. Nobody will look at you funny. You're just some guy walking around with a big stainless steel jug. You know, what could go wrong? 3 hours. And I'm still not done being loaded. Well, the light's still red. So this kind of fucks me because it's got to be there in Georgia, 425 miles away. And it's supposed to be raining the whole time, so that'll be fun too. And I have to go through three major cities to deliver it. You know, I've got to go through Louisville, Nashville, and then Atlanta. All by 10 a.m. tomorrow. And in 1 hour, there won't be time for a 10-hour break. Now, I could use my split, because in 10 minutes I'll have been sitting in this sleeper long enough, you know, to run a split, but that, you know, why should I have to fucking do that? Because these guys are slow, you know. So I think this load's gonna be late. I think I'm just gonna say, hey, they took forever to load me, so it's not my fault. You know, why should I have to bust my ass and be tired and exhausted and not do, you know, and not, you know, have adequate good rest, you know, and then struggle with parking and all the other shit that happens simply because they're taking all fucking day to get me loaded, you know. I was 120 miles away, you know, in a different part of Indiana last night. And got here an hour early, so it wasn't my fault. And it's just a shit show. All those trucks that have been here fucking same amount of time I have. Some people haven't even gotten in a door yet. So because they go by appointment here. And to be fair, they did start loading me around the appointment time, but they're slow, and the truck hasn't bounced in like a good 45 minutes, so there's no way they're done yet. They probably went on fucking lunch break or something. But this is part of it, being fucking waiting, you know, not doing it. I've been just, you know, I took a nap and I watched some videos on YouTube of other nomads, you know. But this is part of the job, and we don't get paid for the first 2 hours here. So I'm on the clock now getting paid, supposedly. You know, it's been a little weird that I've looked a few times and not seen my wait time pay show up, and of course I raise a little bit of hell about that. But so far so good. You know, the last couple times I had to wait, they paid me. So we'll see. The other thing this is going to do is fuck up. I got another load that picks up in Georgia and goes to North Carolina, start working me towards home, because I got to be home. Sunday is my home time date. And it's a little iffy because it's a weekend, and the load that I'm picking up in Georgia is supposed to be somewhere at 9 a.m. in North Carolina on Friday. You know, so this is just fucking everything up. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be cool. And on the top it all off, there's a line of fucking thunderstorms that's going to be rolling across the whole fucking thing. So yeah, I'm not happy with the way things are going here. You know, as far as job-wise. Lifestyle-wise, I'm fine. You know, I've been making music, sitting around, doing that kind of stuff. You know, I've been thinking a lot about, you know, I'm going back and forth on this whether or not to full-time it. You know, part of me says just do it, get a nice truck and stay in it. That, you know, if I full-time it, I can convince them to get me a newer truck. But at the same time, this one's pretty good. You know, I even cleaned it a bit today. And then the other part of me is like, look, what if you want to take 3 weeks and go on an adventure somewhere? What if you want to, you know, hit the road in the Prius a lot more, you know? There's no reason I have to take the time off as a part-timer. I can stay out as long as I want, to be honest. Like, if I want to do a month or 2 months straight in a truck, assuming the truck's not a hunk of shit, I can do that. So really the only difference is I make slightly more money as a full-time over the road. And I do mean slightly. We're talking maybe 4 cents a mile ish more than I do now, because I collect all the bonuses and all of that shit, which I could still collect if I just stay out longer when I go out and then still take the time off. I think what's really bugging me about the time off issue is just the economy and how quickly the money I pile up while I'm out here disappears when I'm back home. And you know, and if I want to travel and drive across the country, there's even more costs involved in that. Like I need to put new tires on my Prius before I even think about going to Vegas. You know, I got to do the New York State inspection robbery, you know, where they inspect you and, you know, decide to charge you for, oh, you're not going to pass, you need to do this expensive ass mechanical procedure. You know, there's that. I don't think my mechanic's going to do that, but I do know I need tires, and I know that in order to get through inspection, I might need those tires. I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping I can get by just putting 2 tires on it and rotating them, but you know, tires are not cheap. Like, I think the last time he quoted me, and this is a couple months, so who knows what the inflated prices are now, you know, it was $500 to do all 4 tires, and I'm just like, you know. So, and then you add the fuel costs, and I heard from the financial news that fuel prices are going to go up. So I really got to have a nice pile of cash if I hit the road, you know. Plus, you know, the Prius is starting to get a little older now, you know. It's starting to age. So it might break more. So I got to have an oh shit, my car broke fund when I do on those, you know, those adventures. So, and I'm actually, you know, not in a big hurry to live in the Prius, to be honest, because I like, as far as being a nomad goes, being a nomad in this truck is quite comfortable. Yeah, I don't get to go where I want, but this is way comfortable. You know, I got a diesel heater. You know, if it gets hot out, I can run the truck and keep cool. You know, all of that. And I can stand up in here. I can set up a desk. I could set up a full keyboard if I want. Whereas in the Prius, you know, you just pretty much want to sleep there. Yeah, it's comfortable to sit in the back when I put it in office mode and maybe dick around on the laptop or make some music or something, but I can't put a full fucking keyboard in there, you know. And I tend to be even more minimalist with what I bring in the Prius, simply because it's a very vulnerable target. You know, if you're in a city and somebody, you know, decides that they want your shit, they just got to bust a window and they got your shit. So when I go camping in the Prius, I don't bring anything unless, you know, I can stand to lose it, you know. And I carry my super valuables with me whenever I leave the vehicle. So I'll always have a backpack with some of my more valuable possessions when I'm in the Prius. You know, when I'm in a truck, it's fairly secure, you know, unless you park off by yourself and leave the truck, but you're almost always in the truck when it's parked somewhere. And if not, you're in a place where there's other trucks, and truck drivers stare out their window all day, so there's not a lot of truck crime because somebody's going to see your ass, probably film you, you know. So there's that. Not saying that there's no truck crime, but it's a little harder for somebody to break in and take your shit in the truck because there's other truck drivers all staring, and you know, they'll say something, you know. They'll call the cops, they'll take, you know, pictures, they'll film, they'll do something, you know. So it's not as vulnerable of a location as far as security goes, whereas a Prius, you know, you're really taking chances out there. Not that I'm, you know, super worried about it. I don't tend to spend nights in cities when I do the Prius camping thing, you know. And the places I do pull over are usually there's a lot of people in and out, so it's not a desolate situation unless I go out in the woods, and then yeah, but hey, anything can happen to you out in the woods. But I don't know, I guess I'm in, it's been a while since I've camped out. The last time I spent the night in the Prius is when I went to Philadelphia to see Rammstein. And I actually slept in Philadelphia overnight in the parking lot for the concert that I went to, you know, because the parking attendant said I could. But I got so uncomfortable there that I woke up at like, I think it was 2:30 or 3 in the morning and drove for another 2 hours and then spent, you know, went back to sleep at a service plaza, you know, where I knew nobody would fuck with me, as opposed to Philly. So, you know, I probably could have kept sleeping in Philly and been fine, but just the, you know, the possibility of being woke up and having a gun stuck in your face isn't necessarily something I'm on board with, you know. So those are thoughts about Prius camping. Not to say that I won't do it. I'm going to Vegas, and you know it could happen easily in that. But I don't know. I'm still, like I said, I'm going back and forth trying to decide on what to do. Full-time, part-time. You know, pile up a lot more money. I've also thought about upgrading from the Prius to a Toyota Sienna, which is like a minivan, which is also hybrid, so I could run it for climate control, because climate control is everything. I don't want to be the sweaty motherfucker in the summer in a vehicle, and I also don't want to be the freezing motherfucker in the winter, you know, wrapped up in a sleeping bag and all of your fucking condensation builds up on your windows and shit.
Surprise, motherfucker.
You know, I don't want to do all of that. And at the same time, like, if anything more than that Toyota Sienna, van-wise, you know, you're starting to look at almost $100,000, you know, just for the van, let alone getting a build done in it. So, I don't know, I'm looking around at my options, but I do eventually want to have a vehicle that I can retire in, or semi-retire in, you know. Even I have a feeling I'm always going to be semi-retired, driving a truck and then trying to take time off to live my life, you know. It's just hard with the way the economy is right now, and I just want to, I'd love nothing more than to be a full-time nomad that doesn't have to deliver loads and sitting fucking, you know, shippers for fucking 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, however long I'm going to be here, you know, and then can only take the truck to truck stops and Walmarts, pretty much, you know, and very rarely to other places. Whereas, you know, a van you could take everywhere. You know, if I was a millionaire, if I hit the lottery, you know, which I do play, except in Alabama. They don't have a fucking lottery in Alabama for some reason. I would buy, you know, an expensive ass van, you know, like one of them $120,000 vans that I fantasize about. You know, I've watched them. I watched the little RV show fucking things and all of that shit, you know, and that would be how I, you know, a goal. A lot of people want a house someday, or fucking, you know, property and all that. I just need a fucking van in a dream, you know. If I could travel full-time in a van, that'd be fucking awesome. But that dream is unattainable in this economy. Jesus, $120,000 for a fucking new van. Now, I know you could buy used and do it cheaper. I'm aware that you could probably get it down to $50,000 for a used van. You know, maybe even $40,000. But then you're looking at repairs, and And everything I looked into about vans, you know, they're hard to get repairs. You got to have a place that's willing to work on it if it's a mobile home type van, as opposed to just a Sprinter with a bunch of shit that you put in the back to live in. You know, but I'm not much of a builder, you know. I'm more about comfort. Like, that's why I like living in the truck when I'm a nomad, is because it's all built for me to be here, and I don't have to fucking sit here and fret over building tables and cabinets and you know, or more so the insulation and wiring and the electrical system. You know, that's why I love those fucking power stations, is, you know, it's all ready to go, you know. So there's that. But I don't know, someday I'd like to own a van, a good van that I could ride out the rest of my days in, you know, till the apocalypse happens. But if I'm going to do that, that means I got to do this a lot more than I do now. So last I looked, Toyota Sienna was almost $50,000 in itself. You know, I think it was $43,000 last I looked. It's probably gone up since then. You know, I'm hoping it comes down, because it has to be after 2023, I believe, either 2022 or 2023, where they put the inverter and the plug in the back. And that's the first time it was a hybrid too. It wasn't a hybrid before that. But yeah, I think that's the goals. I'm gonna get. It's a minivan, so I won't be able to stand up in it, but it'll be pretty comfortable in the back with all that room, you know. And then if I need to stand up, I'll have to go outside, you know. But I could put a shitter in. I can't put a shitter in my Prius. It's just, there's no way I could take a shit in my Prius. It's just too small. But Toyota Sienna, I could put the bucket in the piss jug of happiness. The $26 stainless steel piss jug. I could put that in there, you know. And then the only thing I'd have to worry about is a shower, which isn't too hard, you know. Worst case scenario, you could get one of those solar showers while you're out in the middle of nowhere. You know, but most camps have showers. Most national parks that have camps also have showers you could buy while you're there. You got truck stops. You got Planet Fitness. You know, there's all kinds of options for showers when you're living on the road. So I'm not too worried about that. You know, that's the other thing that trips me out about these these RV vans that are out there. They they take up so much space with the fucking bathroom. You know, if you just got rid of the bathroom, that would be fucking awesome. I'm sure there's floor plans that have that, where you don't have a bathroom, you know, and a shower, you know, or you just shower outside or something. That would be what I would go for. You know, I don't need to shower in the van. You know, I'm perfectly content to wash my ass elsewhere. You know, plus I could go a few days, you know. Average is 3 or 4 days when I'm out here in the truck between showers. You know, if somebody was traveling with me, it'd be more. Oh shit, I got a green light. Yeah, I get to go. That means I could stop talking to you for now. Ooh, traffic jam in Nashville. That's what I always wanted. Where my pay drops down to roughly $12 an hour. I wonder why it looks all smoky in here. So, Commerce, Georgia. There's a TA with a Fuddruckers in it. And right across the street is a Longhorn Steakhouse and a small mall with a movie theater. Down the street, there's Chick-fil-A, there's a Waffle House. So for the first time in the whole month I've been out, I'm gonna eat in a fucking restaurant that isn't McDonald's, Subway, Hardee's, Arby's, or, you know, any of the other typical truck stop fast food bullshit. You know, I did try to go to Iron Skillet, which is a truck stop restaurant, but it turned out to only be a buffet, and it didn't look like something, you know, it looked like truck driver fat and piss was like all over it or something. But got the day off, so, you know, I delivered, and they took the other load that was supposed to go to North Carolina, fucking disappeared, and it's been replaced with something I pick up tomorrow in Atlanta and go up to Maryland, which is just almost, you know, as straight a shot towards home as I can get. It's a thing of beauty. I'm gonna eat the shit out of some ribeye. That's if I make it across this street without dying. Fucking asshole. Man, we're walking, man, we're walking. That brings me to my other fucking pet peeve. If you're a truck driver and you lay on your fucking air horn at a truck stop, you're a piece of shit. The reason you're a piece of shit is people are trying to sleep. That's what you go to the truck stop for. Quit thinking of just yourself. You gotta be pissed at a driver, just get out and talk to him. I'm sure that'll go well. here to a house, so I can't go that way, plus it says no trucks. So now I gotta back up. No one's behind me for the time being. So instead he wins the race here. Maybe I can take that next street up. Yeah, and this was the truck GPS that got me in this mess. I gotta wait. Brilliant. This is, yeah, fun trucking. There's a hill behind me, so I gotta be very slow and intentional while I back up here. And every time I see a car coming, I stop just to be safe. Google didn't tell me that route was cut off, by the way. Yeah, I can't go either of those ways.
What you gonna end up having to do, and I don't mind giving you some help, you're gonna have to bust a U-turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do here. I was gonna turn on one of these streets, hopefully, and then back up and go the other way.
Go back to that light, make a right. Once you make that right, you're gonna go all the way up past that, you're gonna see a Chevron on your left-hand side,
yeah,
and a tire shop and a little liquor store on your right-hand side. And that light, make a right. And then it's give you a detour all the way around back to here.
Alright.
Need some help backing up?
The thing I'm worried about is somebody's gonna pop over that hill really fast.
Alright, I got you. Give me 1 second.
Alright. let these guys go so I can get around this corner. Yeah, I'm good, man.
All right, man.
Thanks a lot.
What's in front of you?
All right. Now this bus wants to get around this corner. This is fucking... Fuck this shit. The object is to get to the customer without getting in some shit again, because this is all like truck unfriendly. It's neighborhoods and shit. So I'm gonna go back out. What to do next? And this is a shitty turn here. Of course. Oh, this guy is gonna. It's not gonna happen, buddy. You gotta back up. Thank you. This fucking shit. Unannounced road closure. It's not on Google, of course, because I run 2 GPSs at the same time. So hopefully this new truck route gets me where I need to go. Exciting. Like, even their industrial parkway is a shit show. I've got a 45-degree turn coming up according to GPS. Thought it'd be fun. Because customers like to have their businesses in truck unfriendly areas and then ask for a fucking over-the-road 53-foot trailer to pick your shit up. At this point. I say we, but I mean me. You were just along for the ride. Still trying to figure out why it fucked me the other way to begin with. It should have had me turn this way to start. So this customer is an absolute shit show. There's not enough room for road trucks here. This guy in front of me had to disconnect and have someone else put his trailer in the hole. And people are just parked all over the place, you know, near the loading docks with their cars. And there's 5 trucks behind me. Thankfully, I get the first door that comes out. I have no idea. This guy's hooking back up to his trailer. He couldn't get it in there with that truck. I don't know how he's planning on getting out of there with that truck. So, we shall see. So, he had to disconnect to put this trailer in the hole. There's another truck on that dock. There is no way he's getting around this truck. There's just no way. But he's trying anyway. The only way for him to get out is for this other truck to drop. That's the only way it's happening. He needs to drop and hook this other truck. And, you know, that should be the rule here, to be honest with you. You should have to drop it once it's in a door so other people can get in and out. But, I don't know. He's going to jackknife and do all kinds of swirly shit. Maybe he can do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm, you know, he's hitting trees and shit. Yeah. I'd have just asked the guy next to me, hey, can you drop your trailer? Or I'd have just waited for him to get done. You know, those are the two options. I ain't helping him this time. He's being dumb. You know, I helped him get in there. There was a car over there. I had to move that, you know. Look at that. He's taking out trees and shit. He's gonna fuck his truck up. That's a Peterbilt too. I wonder how long it's gonna take him to figure out that he can't get out. That's the question. Doesn't help that fucking those cartons are there, or those, you know, tanks are there or whatever. He doesn't have a lot of room on this side because there's pipes and shit. This is one of them fucking customers that leaves all their shit all over the place. Don't turn right, because there's like 7 trucks behind me and it's a one-way. It even says one-way on the sign over there. You have to turn left. There's no turning right. If he tries to turn right, it's going to become even more of a shit show, because then he'll be blinded in that hole. Just wait till the other guy pulls out, buddy. Take a nap. Do something. See that truck right in between the... Yeah, that's what he's trying to clear. You know, I ain't no mathematician, but I'm pretty sure it ain't happening. Don't look over here. It's not happening. This has been a hell of a fucking morning, and I'm not making any money for this. Yeah, no money is being made today. It's just not happening. You know, it's a hard hole. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm not looking forward to my turn to back in. We'll just put it that way. You know, but at least I know what I can and can't do. I even told the guy I might wait till both trucks pull out, but by the time this guy figures out he can't get out, the other truck will probably come out. So yeah. All right, he has given up and figured it out, I think. Well, that was painful, but got her done. I figure out how the hell to escape from Atlanta as I begin my journey home. What a shit show this place was. But that's part of the job. They're going to send you to shit shows when you're a trucker. And companies pick these places based on the cost of rent or the land or whatever. They don't pick it based on accessibility for fucking trucks. What the hell is this? I think I can get out here. Mighty happy looking gate. Why wouldn't you open both sides though? Why is there only one gate open? I don't get it. This looks fun. This is not fun, but it could be fun. I think I'm in South Carolina. Not too far from the North Carolina border. I think it's called Blacksburg, South Carolina or something. I don't know. I might be wrong. Anyways, that's it for my week pretty much. Tomorrow I head up to Maryland, then into Pennsylvania, and then back to Syracuse for 2 weeks. I'm only taking 2 weeks off. I decided I decided to maximize my work schedule all the way up until May, when I take the road trip to Vegas. So that way I can make sure my car is squared away, have a decent amount of money for the trip. You know, it is Vegas. You got to have a little bit of money when you go to Vegas. And for those, someone asked me in the comments if I'm going to Sick New World. That's the name of the show. And if you're looking for tickets right now, guess what? It's sold out. It's sold out within 10 minutes of me logging in. But yeah, I'm going to see Sick New World. It's got a lot of bands. System of a Down I've never seen in live before, so I want to see them. I want to see Lacuna Coil. They're going to be there. There's a bunch of metal bands I'm into that are going to be there. And, you know, it's going to be a fun show, I think. Might be hot, though. May in Vegas, I imagine, gets a little toasty. So it'll be interesting car camping my way into Vegas, you know. See how it goes. I might end up having to rent a hotel room just to have a place to park. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about where I'm going to stealth camp, if I stealth camp, or if I'm just going to suck it up and get a hotel. Either way, I'll have the money to do that if I need to. So, but I'm also going to stop off and see the Grand Canyon along the way. That's part of the plan. I plan on being on the road in May in my Prius for about 3 weeks, I think. Should be enough, you know. Takes about 3 days to drive from New York to Vegas, so we'll see. It depends on how fast and in a hurry I am, too. But it'll be fun, I think, to do a nice Prius road trip to start the warm season off. And then as the summer rolls around, I'll see about laying off of the work more. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But I'm actually still fine with it. Like, I could keep going if I wanted, but I think maybe it's nice to take a couple weeks off and start again with another full month. Actually, it's a little, I think I put out for a little more than a month out for the next time out. So, lots of work, not as much time off this time of year anyway. And then we'll go from there, you know. Don't know if I'm going back full time yet. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see how I feel during the warm seasons. Not that this has been cold. It's been like 60s and 70s all the way. You know, I've been really lucky when it came to this winter, as far as getting out of the winter. So now I'm going to go back up into it, you know. But even there, it's like 40 degrees right now, so it's not too bad. Well, that's it for this fucking video. Please like and subscribe for more shit, and I'll make more shit. Also, if Susan doesn't tell you when my videos and all of my premieres are, well, you can just head to You can just head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com and sign up for my free email list, because I always send out an email right before I, you know, go do my premiere or go live or post anything or whatnot. Although I did downgrade my mailing subscription, so I can only send out 5 emails, which works out good if I'm only doing 1 video per week. So there's that. Alright, I'm going to go in the back of this truck and edit this video the rest of the night and then go to sleep. And then a full day of driving tomorrow. Have a nice motherfucking day and shit. Today was a crazy day. Tomorrow will be smooth, hopefully. I don't see how tomorrow could fuck up. It's 81. You know, can't fuck up on 81, or can you?